In a world dominated by men, where a woman's future was a business transaction, one woman dared to write a different story. Not with a sword, but with a pen. She didn't just write novels. She rewrote the rules of love itself. This is the story of Jane Austen, but not the one you learned in school. This is the story of a quiet revolutionary, a master of secrets, and the architect of modern romance. But what if the greatest love story she ever wrote was the one she never published, the one she lived? Born in 1775 in a quiet English village, Jane Austen was one of 8 children. Her father, a clergyman, was unusual for his time. He believed in educating his daughters, filling their home with books, and encouraging their creative minds. From a young age, Jane was a keen observer, scribbling stories and plays that satirized the world around her. She saw the absurdity of the marriage market, where women were paraded like livestock, their value determined by their dowry and connections. While her sister Cassandra was the beauty, Jane was the wit. Her sharp mind and sharper tongue capturing the follies of high society. She and her family would perform her early plays, filling their home with laughter. But beneath the humor, a rebellion was brewing. Jane wasn't just writing for fun. She was sharpening her weapon. But a woman's life, even a brilliant one, was not her own. In her early 20s, Jane fell deeply in love. His name was Tom Lefroy, a dashing Irish lawyer visiting his relatives. They were a perfect match, intellectually and emotionally. They debated, they danced, they fell head over heels. For a brief, brilliant moment, Jane saw a future filled with both passion and partnership. But reality was a cruel novelist. Tom was financially dependent on his wealthy uncle, and Jane, the daughter of a country clergyman, was considered a poor match. He was sent away, their romance cut short. Jane's heart was broken. This was her first, and perhaps most painful, lesson in the cold economics of love. Did this heartbreak fuel her greatest works? Or did it hide a different, more profound secret about her own heart? At age 27, Jane faced another proposal. This one far more practical. Harris Bigether was the heir to a large estate. He was fine. He offered security, stability, everything a woman of her time was supposed to want. In a moment of panic, or perhaps pragmatism, Jane accepted. The next morning, she retracted her acceptance. She chose uncertainty, potential poverty, and the life of a spinster over a loveless marriage. This was a radical act. She refused to trade her independence for a gilded cage. It was from this crucible of personal sacrifice and heartbreak that masterpieces like Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility were born. She poured her observations, her wit, and her longing for a true meeting of minds onto the page. She created characters like Elizabeth Bennet, who refused to marry for anything less than genuine love and respect, a revolutionary idea for the time. But the novels we know and love might only be half the story. Jane Austen published her novels anonymously, simply signed by a lady. For years, only her immediate family knew she was the brilliant author captivating the nation. She earned a modest income, but the true fame, the literary immortality, would come long after her death. She navigated a man's world with quiet determination, using her anonymity as a shield. But what if she was hiding more than just her identity? In her letters to her beloved sister Cassandra, she wrote with a passion and intimacy that was a world away from the polite prose of her novels. Historians have debated the nature of their bond for centuries. Cassandra was her confidant, her editor, her everything. After Jane's death at the tragically young age of 41, it was Cassandra who inherited her letters, and it was Cassandra who made a shocking decision. She burned the majority of them. Why? Why would she destroy the most intimate thoughts of one of history's greatest writers? Was she protecting Jane's privacy from a prying world? Or was she erasing a truth she believed the world wasn't ready for? Some scholars now believe Cassandra was sanitizing Jane's legacy, possibly editing out sharp, unflattering opinions or personal details. But a more explosive theory suggests she was hiding the true nature of Jane's affections. Could it be that Jane's great, unrequited loves weren't just for men like Tom Lefroy? Or could her most profound emotional connections have been with women? We know she had intense female friendships. Her novels are filled with powerful sisterly bonds. The destruction of those letters leaves a tantalizing void, a mystery at the very heart of the Austen legend. Think about it. A woman who wrote so perceptively about the societal pressures on women, who rejected a secure marriage for independence, who published anonymously. This wasn't just a quiet country spinster. This was a woman of immense courage and complexity. The burned letters represent a black hole in literary history. What secrets did they contain? Did they reveal a Jane Austen far more radical, far more modern than we ever imagined? The official story is that she died of Addison's disease, but even that is now debated. Some modern theories suggest anything from cancer to arsenic poisoning. The truth, like her letters, may be lost to time. And here is the final, most surprising twist. The image we have of Jane Austen, the sweet, demure aunt, is largely a myth created after her death by a family keen to present a respectable, conventional image to the public. They curated her legacy, shaping her into a safe, domestic figure. But her own words betray a fiercer spirit. She wrote of heroines who demanded equality, respect, and the right to choose their own destiny. She was not just writing love stories, she was writing a manifesto. Jane Austen never married. She never had children. By the standards of her time, her life was a failure. And yet, she created a legacy that has outlived empires. The greatest secret of all isn't who she loved, but that she taught us how to love, with our minds as much as our hearts, with respect as much as passion, and with a radical belief that we all deserve a love story written on our own terms. Her life wasn't a romance novel. It was a revolution. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think was in those burned letters? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the secrets of the past, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Impact Figures for more stories about the people who changed our world.